Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Suburban Rifleman. The second pistol I want to take a look at quickly because I haven't done a video on it, and it is going down the road to help pay for my impulsive purchase of this past weekend, is my Sig SP2022. I regret that I never got a chance to make a full-blown video on this. I did do some work. I have some B-roll, and I'll show that to you. But I bought this pistol not that long ago, I would say within the last 2 years for sure. And I bought it because it was incredibly low priced. And to my way of thinking, it is the best polymer framed pistol that Sig has ever made. I have absolutely no interest in Sig's current polymer framed striker fired pistols. The P320 especially, and even the P365 doesn't really do much for me. But I do very much like the Sig Pro series, in particular the SP2022. It's a really cool pistol. It is essentially a polymer framed version. I know there's a lot of mechanical differences. There's very little parts interchangeability. But when Sig created this, they basically said, well, how can we make a Sig P229 and render it in with a polymer frame, but basically have the same fire control group, the same trigger, the same type of hammer and all of that. The SP2022, I did check this, but does feature a decocking lever, just like all of the legacy type Sig Sauer pistols. It, for all intents and purposes, it's a polymer framed P229. It's a little bit lighter weight. And actually, this has some really good features to it. It's got this massive steel block inside that the slide rides on. The rear portion of the slide, the rear slide rails, are formed out of sheet metal. There's sort of a fire control unit back in here that's separate from the frame. But this is not a modular pistol like the P320 or the P365. You can see it does have a serial plate on the bottom of it, just like you would find on a Glock. So it's a cool pistol. I don't have a lot prepared because this is just very much off the cuff and very quick. I was always fond of these pistols, and I snapped one up when I saw it at a really decent price. But it's not my most used pistol. I think if you're not really a gun person, and you're going to have one single handgun for home defense, self-defense, this would be an excellent choice. Not a whole lot different than something like this Glock 19X, for instance, although hammer fired, striker fired, they are a bit different, but this could do the same sort of duty that a Glock 19 could do, and do it just as well. I really think this is a great pistol. This particular version has Sig's night sights on it, tritium night sights. I think they're made by Trigicon. They glow very brightly. They work really, really well. Seeing the extractor makes me want to point out there are a couple of cool things about buying a California compliant pistol. I don't understand how California pistol rosters work. Maybe somebody who lives in California can explain that a little bit better. But apparently once you get a pistol approved for sale in California, if you want to keep it approved, you can't make any changes to it. So this actually has the very old style, the old German style internal extractor. You can see it. It's fitted into a recess here, and it's this long leaf spring with an extractor head on it. There's always been a long debate about long extractors versus short extractors, that's mechanical extractors, versus the internal extractor. And, real Sig purists like these. And they don't appear on any modern SIGs except the SP2022 and only the California compliant model. So you can thank California's pistol roster for that. And you can also thank California's pistol roster for the fact that there's no loaded chamber indicator on this slide either. Both of which are things that I think a lot of Sig purists don't like. So I guess California's stupid gun laws are good for something. It's why you can still buy a third-gen Glock in this day and age. But it also keeps this pistol kind of cool. So even though this pistol came with two 10-round magazines, it also came with some cool older features that you won't find on other Sig pistols. And of course, 10-round magazines don't matter very much. I got these aftermarket Mekgar magazines for not a whole lot of money. There's plenty of magazines available for these. And this is a great pistol. If you're just looking for a basic polymer frame pistol and you like that traditional hammer-fired double action method of operation, I think it's a really good choice. I'm sorry I never got a chance to really shoot it and ring it out on the channel, but I got to make room for better things. And those will be appearing on the channel very soon. And when they do, I hope to see each of you here then. Later, guys.